Time to punch some buns.
Don't expect me to take it easy on you. Become one with the shadows. You might not like this. You're not afraid of the dark. What's wrong? Stay. What's wrong? Stay. Well, that was one of your all-time biggest mistakes. That was excruciating. Your soul is mine. Your mind is broken. Darkness surrounds me. Shadow time.
That's one, little guys.
An activity. Here come the shadows. You don't know who you're messing with. I can taste your fear.
Sweet job, red team.
Come back from the dead.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the patch notes right now, and they didn't really, like, they fixed his hitbox. That's about it. They didn't really, they kind of buffed him a little bit, like, giving him a startup window of reduced to 4 frames and, like, increase the active hitbox during something, I forgot what it was, to, like, 6 frames. And it's like, this is the best character in the game. you don't really need buffs for this character. Like, think about it. What buffs does Superman need in this game? Like, and there's still people who are gonna be like, oh yeah, he's Superman's an F tier character. He can like, and they'll make up the most excuses known to man just to have their point proven, just to have a good point. And it's like, he's been in the game since season 1. They've had, like, he's been the best character since the beta. And it's like, we had characters that could have been better than Superman, like say Samurai Jack, for example. But they haven't been. They've always been under him. I've seen tier lists where people are like, Superman isn't that bad, Superman is that bad, Superman is that bad. Like, the most skillless character I've ever seen, because he kills so early. I swear, he's right next to Jason on the killing early scale, especially since for like lighter characters. And so, what am I supposed to do when I'm getting like freaking looped around like by a Superman, mind you, because all you have to do is jab down. So it's like, what am I supposed to do if I'm getting looped like crazy on a small map? So I can be absolutely thrown across the map and not have any consequences for it, because Superman is just, they just allow Superman to have these movesets, you know? So it's like, well, what's even the point of me just continuing to fight this dude? Why not just concede? I mean, conceding loses his freaking RP, but RP has always been a problem, so it's like, not even. I swear, I've won like 15 matches with only like 3 RP left to get out of Bronze 5 with Rick, and that's crazy to me, because I like been there for like ever since I started. So yeah, that's clearly still an issue. Yeah, no, they gave this man a horror. They gave Raven. I don't even want to say it's I don't want to call him worse than Jake. It depends on where Jake. It depends on the stage for me, like, because after this match you're gonna see me absolutely destroy this Jake. But since I'm on a completely different map, and that map is smaller, like, this map is really small for some reason, which there have been multiple times, like, here's another thing. The strength of a move is so inconsistent because of how much it kills and what doesn't kill. Like, right there, you should, like, that Jake should have died at 115, because that's an up special, or no, an up neutral. Or, yeah, up neutral. So it should have killed. Up neutral should kill, but that doesn't happen because the damage on an attack is so inconsistent that. And you could say, oh yeah, the map probably has more vertical range than horizontal range. Yeah, that may be true. But then again, if you're at 115 and I hit you with an up neutral, and you don't die, but then you can hit me with the exact same up neutral, which this has happened to me before on this exact same map, and I die. That's not you. That's not the map's fault. That's the game having inconsistent damage dealt or damage dealing. Raven has the worst jab in the game, the worst up special, worst up neutral, not even in the air, just in general, up neutral. Like, one of the worst startup times I've ever seen, because she is so slow. And probably, I don't want to say one of the lightest characters, because there are definitely lighter characters, but like, she's she's not a S tier character. She's not an A tier character. She's not a B tier character. I know I said like y'all didn't hear it because the audio cut out for some reason. But I said she was like A tier at best, maybe B tier. No, she's definitely not. Like, if you have like you definitely have an advantage depending on the map and depending on what character you use, because Raven doesn't have armor breaking moves. She doesn't have any real moves that put her above the rest. You know what I mean? She doesn't have an armored attack. She doesn't have any armor breaking moves. All she has are the attacks that do very little damage, very little knockback. And it's like, okay, that's I'm not even mad about that. It's the fact that you gave Batman a armored breaking dash attack, probably better than his old dash attack, which was insane. Yeah, we can't even get an armor breaking move for a different character. And it's like, how are you gonna? Where's the balancing in the like multiverses is clearly getting player first games are clearly getting better with their with their balancing of characters. But I think they're moving too slow at a slow rate, and they're not really listening right now. They're not listening to the player base. Because if so many people are complaining how Jason's neutral jab into teleport, I think that's what it's called. Is that or it's called vanish? I don't remember. Jab into teleport is annoying and can be spammed, which I have a video of it getting spammed. It's on the channel. Yeah, no. Then that's not the player's fault if, oh yeah, next season it's still the same things happening. No, that's player first game's fault for not fixing the fact that can be spammed. Now I get it. It's like, how do you fix something like that? But you have to understand. You can either switch up the move, make the friggin' flash step have more frames. Y'all gave the mud wall more frames from Morty, which I'll get into later. Y'all gave the mud wall more frames, but you won't give the friggin' vanish, something that's even more spammable, more frames. So it's like, what community are you listening to, and how do we stop you from listening to them? Because you're clearly getting the wrong message. Because I'm watching a Samurai Jack I'm sorry, I said Samurai Jack. I'm watching a Jason who has, and no, I'm not, this is completely off topic, by the way, who has a very, very overpowered combo versus a Raven who barely has a true combo. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm fighting this Jason who's gonna spam teleport me to Kingdom Come. Meanwhile, my Raven can barely get off a solid neutral special or neutral air. So it's like, who are y'all listening to, and who do we have to? Because from what I've seen, Player First Games doesn't look at the competitive side. They only see their casual side. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess most people aren't competitive in this game, but for the people who are competitive, for people like Exotic Za or Arch Comics, I still don't know how to pronounce that name, or Gamma, and they play. I can't speak for Exotic Za because he plays Marvin, and I'm not gonna call Marvin easy. I don't play Marvin. I have Marvin. I don't play him, but I'm not gonna call him. I'm not gonna call him bottom tier character. Because he definitely has some spammable moves, but Exotic Za is different. He does not. I'd let you know right now, Exotic Za, bro. He won't spam you. He actually has skill, from what I've seen. And so it's like any character that's fighting an S tier character on a small map, it's just out of luck, unless you're ranks higher than that character or have a way of getting breaking armored attacks or end up being faster than that character, which Raven is very slow, if you haven't noticed, Raven is extremely slow. Like, my lord, this girl moves like a snail. And I don't think y'all heard me when I spoke about, no, because the audio cut out, but I spoke about mirror matches last video. And the Raven mirror match is bad for both Ravens, because you have to deal with them either using the same combos as you, hitting you with the same, like, who takes priority over what, your timing has to be up, so it's like that's not much of a big deal. What's a big deal is, like I said, the damage inconsistency, the knockback inconsistency. Why am I hitting you with the exact same neutral air, yet yours neutral air can kill me at like 60? Meanwhile, you're at like 115, getting barely knocked back, and I'm over here having to deal with me getting killed at 60, then me, like, it's weird. And then there's the fact that she doesn't have, Raven doesn't have she has an okay recovery. Like, you know, it's her using her cloak to fly back up. That's an okay recovery to me, because there's definitely people with worse recoveries. Like, friggin' who else has a bad recovery? Like Bugs Bunny without the rocket, horrible recovery. Like, you be better, like, unless you're near the edge, that recovery is not saving you whatsoever. Friggin' Steven, if you didn't know that you can float with that shield, horrible recovery. If it wasn't for that would be a horrible recovery. Morty has a good recovery, but it's glitchy. Rick has a good recovery when it's able to come out. Freaking Jake has a good recovery when it's not in burnout. You wanna know who has a great recovery? Superman. Batman, if he can land that grapple. Black Adam, because he can fly. And mind you, the Powerpuff Girls got buffed this season, and they don't even have that good of a recovery. So it's like you're excuse my language here. You're hoeing other characters and giving other characters the top tier treatment. Like, I'll admit, Finn has a horrible recovery, but you can still spam that backpack as much as you want, and people will get hit by it because of how insane the hitbox is and how much it takes priority. Samurai Jack, horrible recovery, and like, you will, like, I want to say Samurai Jack barely has a recovery the way his recovery works. And then you have the speed difference, which most of the bottom tier characters are slow as hell, like C tier and under, slow as hell. But you know, you have people like Finn, Arya, Jason is somehow faster than most of the cast. Agent Smith is hella fast for some reason. Like, heavyweight characters shouldn't be as fast. Damn, I'm tired. Heavyweight characters shouldn't be fast. Heavyweight characters should be slower because of how much weight they're carrying. Lighter characters should be lighter. That's how it should move faster. I don't want to say that's how it works, but in a game like this where you like, you know, you're relying on weight, speed, knockback damage. If you're at least let us have one advantage over the top tier users, you know, like, because what am I supposed to do if I'm moving? If I don't have a ranged attack that can hit a Superman from across the stage, but the Superman can fly in the air, hit me with this heat vision, then hit me in the air because he did a false freaking ground attack, and now I'm 6 feet in the air, getting thrown off the map because I got zero to death. You all know what could happen? I know it doesn't have anything to do with speed, but like, it's still relative to the same degree because my start time is slow. I don't have a range attack. Raven doesn't have a good range attack. Her only good range attack is the bird. Think about that. Her only good range attack is a bird. And it's not even like it's a good range attack either, because you can still dodge it. And mind you, that bird has a hitbox. It's like Jerry, but like worse. Because with the Jerry shot, that's overpowered. It hurts like crazy to me. Tom and Jerry can take control of the stage. They can do this. Raven can't. Her startup time for her freaking bird tether is unbearable. Then there's the blast move, the Azarath Matrion Zinthos move. That takes, like, if you want to get that fully off, they either have to be off the stage or mid attack for you to even try to get that off, for it to be successful. Because guess what? You can simply dodge out of her tether, and you can just run away from her Azarath move. Her up neutral and her ground neutral is just her throwing a rock in the air and just praying that it hits you. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we giving, like, I understand not wanting every character to be S tier.
Hope that didn't affect your ranking too badly.
And I'm not begging for her to get, like, S tier or something. But where's the balancing? I don't see it. It's obviously there. There's some balancing here, but I don't see it. And that's my main thing. We're giving S tier characters more glaze than ever before. And I think Agent Smith got nerfed somewhat, but either way, he's still faster, more kill options than Raven. And like anyone with a command grab can easily kill a Raven, you know? Like Samurai Jack's command grab's kind of ass. But like people like Jason, whose jab and Nair, not Nair. No, yeah, his Nair are both command grabs. One's armored. So it's like, what am I supposed to do here? And like y'all made the command grab, like obviously you don't want to have someone who can just spam shields, but that's like the whole point of the dodge meter. You can use it to drain his shield. But y'all made it so the fact that grab attacks can like break the shield. That's not a good thing. Like obviously it shouldn't be a good thing, but like you're just giving Superman's command grab can easily break out of that, and that's what most people use. Most people use Superman's command grab. All I'm saying is, Raven is people are calling Raven S tier, like I said last time, and I had to and I know I'm recording the video. Raven is not S tier. She's barely C tier, or not C tier, not barely C tier. She's mid C tier at best. And not that she needs buffs, but she definitely does not need nerfs. This is Cheerio, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay.